A very good evening, everyone. It is an immense pleasure to welcome you all today, the third day of the International Virtual Faculty Development Program, organized by the IQSC Shillong Law College in collaboration with Cape Comorin Trust, India. It has been really amazing to have eminent speakers who has addressed us through their elucid and informative presentations for the last 2 days. Today, we are truly honored to have with us yet another esteemed speaker, Dr. Anish V. Pillai, who is an assistant professor of law in the School of Legal Studies, Cochin University of Science and Technology, Kusat, India, Kerala. Prior to joining the School of Legal Studies, Dr. Anish has worked as a faculty of law in Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. He has also been awarded PhD from Kusat, Kerala, India. He has also qualified the state eligibility test for law in 2013. He is also serving the position of visiting professor at Department of Law, Dhaka International University, Bangladesh. He has been awarded the prestigious Distinguished Young Faculty Award 2017 to 2018 from Cochin University of Science and Technology, Kerala. He is the recipient of prestigious Professor Dr. A.T. Marcos Memorial Gold Medal from Cochin University of Science and Technology for securing first rank in LLM. He is also the winner of K.C. Menon Memorial Gold Medal for the best student in LLM in the year 2008 from Kusat, Kerala. He has also been invited to present papers at University of Indonesia, Jakarta at 2nd IPIRA conference, IUCN annual colloquium at University of Groningen, Netherlands. Also, he has delivered invited lectures at Dhaka International University, Bangladesh, University of Chittagong, Bangladesh, and Universitas Airlangga, Indonesia. He has published several articles in prestigious research journals and has also presented numerous papers at international and national conferences. He has also authored and edited books related to surrogacy, competition law, cyber laws, impact of COVID on rights and justice. So without further ado, I would like to request Sir Dr. Anish V. Pillai to kindly take over the session.
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So today I will be discussing about different referencing and footnoting style, which is applicable to social science research. Okay, so let me share my screen, then I will start. Are you able to see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so various footnoting and referencing styles in social science research. Now, we all know, almost all of you might have done different type of research, either in your MPhil level, or for PhD, or for some research project, or as a research article. So one of the very important part of every research, that is research report writing. So we have to make a proper research report. So when we are writing research report, we will take different ideas, different references from number of sources. So it is our mandatory obligation to cite those sources from where, as a researcher, we have taken these ideas, or from where we got these informations. So that is the importance of giving references, footnoting, etc. So it is a bounden duty. Every researcher, whenever they are doing a research, they were supposed to make a research report in the form of an article or book or whatever it and they were supposed to provide the source of information. Now, there are two general methods for providing sources. One is references, another is bibliography. So there are two different methods. One is reference, bibliography. Now, interestingly, if I'll ask to everyone, you will say, what is this reference? What is bibliography? Can anybody tell me what is a reference in a research? Reference. I could see so many PhD research scholars, PhD scholars here. So somebody can tell me what is references? What is your understanding? Anybody, please? No. If nobody will say, then I will tell.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
so whenever we cite somebody in our article, to avoid our manuscript from plagiarism, we give reference of that individual that we have taken this work from him or her.
See, one thing you have to remember, being a researcher, one important thing nowadays we have to know, that is plagiarism. When something can be considered as plagiarism. If I am taking an idea, if I am taking an idea from another person, that is not plagiarism. Because idea is not protected under copyright. Then what is protected under copyright? Only expression. That is, if I am using the sentence created by another author and same I am copying in my work, that is plagiarism. Even if I will give footnote or I will write his name in the reference, still that will amount to plagiarism. We don't have a right to copy the sentences written by others, even by citing the source or otherwise. In both the case, it will amount to plagiarism. So keep it in mind what is plagiarism. So if you are taking sentence from anyone, that is plagiarism. Whether we are saying it is said by him, still that sentences, if we are taking as such, that will amount to plagiarism. Okay. Now, what is reference and what is bibliography? That is what I was asking. I will tell you. See, references means those sources from where you have directly adopted informations or directly collected some information or idea. So all those sources from where you have adopted something in your research writing, that sources we can call it as references. Now, you might have referred a report generated by an institution. In your work, you will say, according to so and so, such and such report, or in a latest published report, this is the position. So that report, that report is your source of information. So likewise, whenever you are using something from another article, books, or anything, that you should list out. That list is known as reference. But when it comes to bibliography, it is not the case whether you used it or not for the purpose of in your work. But only thing is when in some way or other way you have referred that work for creating your research report. So for writing your or preparing your research report, if you have consulted several material, but only few you have included in your research report, that few are references and all other including the references, that will be bibliography. So don't forget the difference between references and bibliography. That is very, very important. Okay. Now, moving further, citations. How you are going to cite or how you are give references. There are three different ways. In social science, we generally follow three different methods of citations for creating references. One is in-text citation. In-text citation. in the body part itself, you will create citation. That is what in-text citations. And in-text citations can be again in two different ways. Narrative citation, parenthetical citations. Narrative in the sense, like we have to start like this, Anish, then in bracket, my year of the work, then what I said. Now, parenthetical citation. Pardon? Okay. So parenthetical citation is once a sentence is completed, after the completion of the sentence, you are giving in bracket the name of the author and year. So that is what parenthetical citations. When you are reading some article, you might have seen this method of writing. Then as usual, we use footnotes, that is at the bottom of each page. Then sometimes we will give endnotes. At the end, everything we will list out. So these are the three different ways in which citations we use in our research report. Okay. Now, I will just show you the narrative citation or the first category, in-text citation. There, as I said, this example you can see. This is the way in which you have to write when you are giving in-text citation. If you are using narrative citation, the name of the author will be there, year of the work will be there. And if you are using parenthetical citation, at the end of the sentence, you have to give the name. Like if this sentence is written by, this sentence is based on my information or my work, or you got from my work, what you can do, after the sentence, you have to keep this much. But this bracket will go here. So that is what narrative citations and parenthetical citations. These are two important methods of in-text citations. Now, this is the best example for parenthetical citation. This sentence is taken or you have got the idea from my work. So what you have to do? Write the sentence, after that give like this. This is what a typical example of parenthetical citation. Now, once you will make in-text citation, you have to mention that either in the reference or in the bibliography. And if you are, since you have used it in the body, you have to make references. So in references, you have to write like this: the author name, book name, the publication, etc. And it depends upon which style of referencing you are following. That I will discuss at the end, after some time. So whenever you are giving in-text citation, corresponding thing you have to give it in the reference. So from the reference, like here it is written Anish 2015. So here you can see what is Anish 2015, the full details of that particular source. So this way you have to manage your references. So there should be in-text citation, and whenever there is in-text citation, you must have a reference. The sources mentioned in the body. Then comes footnotes and endnotes. Interestingly, both footnotes and endnotes are same. Only difference is footnotes are placed at the bottom of the page. Endnotes are placed at the end of your work. After the last page of your work, there will be a list. That is what endnotes. I think you all know that. You all are reading. You all saw this in several articles, several works. So I'm not going to tell you much. You know very well footnotes and endnotes. Then, how you will give these footnotes and endnotes? That is the most important thing. There are different styles available in a social science stream, like Apa style, Chicago Manual style, Blue Book style, MLA style, Oscola style, Iala style, SILC style. So these are some of the common citation method for making references, footnotes, or endnotes, even bibliography. Okay, so this is what my focus today. I will tell you how these different styles are. That's what I'm going to tell you. So I think it's clear what is this bibliography, what is reference, what is footnote, endnotes, and in-text citations. Don't forget that. Being a researcher, being a teacher, we will be guiding number of other students, number of PhD scholars in future also. So in that context, we must be very clear about what is reference, what is bibliography, in-text citation, footnotes, endnotes, etc. It's our mandatory duty to know all these things. Then only we can tell the same to the researchers. Now, how to make a footnote, how to make endnotes, what style you will follow. There are different styles. Whichever style you will like, you can follow. And when you are submitting a project or research report, depend upon the agency where you are submitting. They will prescribe. There are some university they will say you have to submit in blue book style. There are some university they will say you have to submit by Iala style or Oscola style or MLA like that. So depend upon the university or institution's prescription. Which is the prescribed citation style. You can select that. Then accordingly convert your footnotes or endnotes in the manner of that. So for that, you have to be aware of how to make or what is APA style, what is Chicago, what is Blue. Okay. So we can start with APA style. APA style. This APA style is created by American Psychological Association, APA. They started this style, or the first edition of this particular APA style was now, if you go by the manual of APA style, now interestingly, one thing you have to remember, it started in 1952, but subsequently it has undergone number of changes. And when you are going to use APA, it is your duty to ensure which edition is available or which edition is the latest edition. Accordingly, you have to make, because there are different editions for this manual. So there are some minor differences also. So when in 2021 November you are going to use APA style, you have to see which is the latest style, latest edition available with respect to this. And accordingly, you have to mention. Accordingly, you have to convert it into APA. Now, starting from the first point, in-text reference. If you see, whether it is book, article, or it's written by an institute, whatever it is, you have to write in-text reference like the way in which I have mentioned. The surname should be used, like if your name is Anish Pillai, your surname should be used, Pillai. Then the year should be mentioned. Now, interestingly, you may use different articles written by me, different books written by me. If that be the case, what you have to do, if it is on the same year, like you have used two articles of mine of 2015, if that be the case, what you have to do, you have to write Pillai in bracket 2015A, then in bracket 2015B, like that. So that very easily you can make in-text reference. But only thing is, in your reference list, when you are making reference list, you have to mention this Pillai 2015. Its full details, like that. Now there may be two authors. Like I used to make article along with my friend, Dr. Gmt-7. So if you have referred an article in that way, what you have to do? You have to write the first name of the surname of both, like Pillai and Challa, then the year 2015. Interestingly, you may refer an article where more than 3 people's name may be mentioned. If that be the case, you can give Pillai et al. The first person surname and et al. Et al means the remaining. So 2015. So this is the way in which in APA style you have to give citation, in-text reference. Now, when it comes to footnotes or other references you are doing, endnotes, if it is reference, if it is footnote, if it is endnotes, same style. What is that style? If you are writing on a book, if your source is a book, you have to write the surname first, then second the first name, year, then you give a full stop. Then the name of the book in italics. Name of the book in italics. Then the place of the publisher. Full column, the publisher name. This much you have to mention. So this is the way in which you have to give footnotes or references for books. Now here, if you have referred a particular page number, after publication, you can give the page number. So this is the way in which you have to refer books. Then, next is regarding Apa style with respect to chapter in an edited book. Now, generally, when we will do research, we will find number of chapters written in or published in an edited books. If that be the case, what you have to do? You have to write the contributor's name first. That too, India. Surname should be the beginning. Surname should be the first. Challa, Kaumudi. Year 2016 is the publication. Then what is the title of the chapter? Here the title of the chapter is this: Anti-Competitive Agreements and their Regulation in Competition Law, a comparative analysis. Then in the name of the editor, then the title of the books in italics, book in italics. Then in which page number to which page number this article, this chapter appearing in the book, edited book. Then the publisher's name, So this is the way in which you have to make chapter in edited book. Then coming to an article, suppose you are referring to an article, how to make it? Again, you have to start with surname first, then the first name, year in bracket, then article title, without any comma, without any italics, without any inverted comma. You have to mention article title, then the journal name, journal volume, if number is there, number, then from which page number to which page. This much you have to mention. Now, if it is a newspaper article, then also the same method. There is no italics, no inverted comma, nothing. Just directly you are writing it. That is what article and newspaper. Then another most important area which we refer, that is internet articles or internet materials. When you are referring internet material, same method, you have to write the author name in surname first name second, year if year is available, then the title of the full title of the article. After that, you have to write retrieved from, and retrieved from. Thereafter, you have to give the entire link of that particular document. That link in the sense, whatever is appearing in the search bar when you are opening a document or a page. That entire link you have to mention. So this is the way in which you can write internet. Then if you are writing a legal case, now there may be a situation when you are writing internet, you may not have an author. If there is no author, you can simply write the title of the page, then retrieve it from, then the entire link. Okay, then legal case. In legal case, you have to write like this, what I have mentioned in the slide, with italics. Everything is italics except the citation of the case. Then if it is a legislation, full you have to give in italics. Then if you are referring a particular section, use small letter S. if you are referring section to small letter s, 2. Then if you are referring different countries' legislations, then in bracket you were supposed to mention which country's legislation is there. It is not the case you have to write entire name of the country. A short form will do. For India, IND. For Germany, GER. Like that. So these are all the different examples for how to make APA style. Then coming to Chicago Manual of Style. Chicago style. It is popularly known as Chicago style. This is developed by University of Chicago Press, and it started from 1906. Interestingly, Chicago style does not provide anything for in-text reference. They are worried about only footnotes or references. Now, if it is footnote or reference, how it can be made? If it is a book, just what I said regarding APA, it is totally different from APA style. Here, the name of the person, name of the author should be written in full. No surname first, nothing. Directly you have to write the name. Then the book title, italics. Then in bracket, place of the publisher, publisher name, then year of the publication, then which pages you have referred, then which pages you have referred. This is the way in which you have to write books in Chicago style. Now, interestingly, the same book we may use again and again. If that be the case, we have to write Pillai, then the author's surname first, that is Pillai, then the short title of the work, Pillai Surrogate Motherhood, and the relevant page you have referred. This is what the way in which you have to mention when you are repeating the same book as a source. Then, coming to chapter in edited work, chapters in edited work. Here also we can see a complete difference with our APA style. Here the contributor name, surname first name second, then the article in inverted comma, then in the full name of the author, editor of the work, then in bracket editor, the title of the book should be in italics, then in bracket, place of the publisher, publisher name, year, from which page to which page. So this is the way in which chapter in edited book. Then articles. If it is article, somewhat similar way. The name full, article name, title should be in the italics. Journal name should be in italics. The article title should be in inverted comma. Then journal name should be in italics. Volume, number, year, page number, from where to where. This many things in this way. You have to write articles. Then regarding newspaper, if it is a newspaper article, the name of the author, name of the title of the article in inverted comma, the media or newspaper name in italics. Then on which day? August 7, 2020. Okay, so this is how you can write newspaper. Now, if it is internet, similar way, write the full name of the author, then comma, in inverted comma, write the full title of the article, then last modified. So when you have visited this page last, that you have to write. So last modified, because yesterday I made, so it is November 2, 2021. Then the entire link for that particular source. Now, regarding legal case and legislation, both Chicago style and APA style are somewhat same. So nothing to worry. Now coming to the most important one, which generally in legal research everyone follows, that is Blue Book style. This Blue Book style of citation was compiled by Harvard Law Review Association, the Columbia Law Review. the University of Pennsylvania Law Review, and the Yale Law Journal. All these journals or their representatives jointly compiled the Blue Book style. It was started in 1920 and subsequently it has undergone number of changes. Now I think 20th edition is available. 20th edition. So how in Blue Book a book can be cited? Here the name of the author, the title of the book in italics, page number you have referred, then the year of publication. They were not mentioning the publisher's place, publisher, etc. Only this much is there. Then chapter and edited book. Here again you have to write author name full, title of the article full, title of the chapter in italics, then in short notes, that is the title of the edited book, then the page number where it is available, then the place of the publisher name, then comes or the editor name and year. So the editor name and year should be in bracket. This is what Blue Book style of citation with respect to edited book or chapters in edited book. Then regarding article, straight away you are writing article. It's in article title will be in italics. The rest everything is okay. Then newspaper. In newspaper also the article title should be in italics. Article title should be in italics. Okay. Then internet. In case of internet also the article title should be in italics. Then you have to write when you visited. That you have to write like this. Then provide the entire link of the source. So this is what the internet. So this is the way in which you have to write in Blue Book internet. Okay. Then comes legal cases. Here they are not making any change. Simply you can write the cases in this way. There is no italics, nothing. And legislation, what Blue Book is suggesting, you have to give in short form. No need to give the larger name. Give the short form. Like the way in which I have projected to you. So that is what Blue Book. Then comes the next important method, the MLA style. Okay, MLA style. MLA style means Modern Language Association style. It was started in the year 1883 by publishing an MLA style sheet. From that point onwards, MLA style is there. But interesting thing, the APA style which I have are similar with few small differences. But otherwise all are same. I'll just show you what are the differences between APA and MLA. Now, if it is an indexed citation, in APA you will write the surname, comma, the year, comma, the page. In MLA, you will write only the name, surname and page number. You won't write the year. Now, in APA style, you have references. In MLA style, if you are following MLA style, instead of references, you have to give a title, works cited. That is the difference. Another difference is, when you are writing author name in APA, we have the opportunity to put it in short form. Like Smith Anna. So the name, correct name is Anna Smith. But surname should be first, that is Smith. Then Anna can be given us in short form. So A dot will do. But when it comes to MLA, it should be Smith Anna. It should be full. Then capitalization of source titles. Here you can see only the first letter is capital. Only the first letter is capital. C and A. But here you can see the first letter of first word, second word, third word, fourth word, and fifth word. That is all the major words except the connecting or joining terms. For all other words, the first letter should be given in capital. Then title page. In APA, title page is required, and in MLA style, there is no need of title page. So these are the only differences between MLA and APA. Without these difference, except these differences, all other things are same. So I'm not going to repeat what is MLA style. Now, coming to Oscola style. Oscola style is something which is more preferred nowadays in legal research. This Oscola citation, its full name is Oxford University Standard for Citation of Legal Authorities. It was created by Oxford University and first edition was released in 2000. Now, how to write a book in a Oscola format? Write the full name of the author, write the book name in italics, then in bracket, give the publisher name and year. After the bracket, which pages you have referred. Like this. Then chapter in edited book. You have to write full name of the author, title of the chapter in italic, in inverted comma, then in the name of the editor, then the title of the edited work, publisher name and year. If there is page number, you can give page numbers. So this is the way in which you have to write chapter in edited book. Then articles. In articles, again, write the author name, the title of the paper in single inverted comma. Title of the article in single inverted comma. Then year of the journal or volume. Then name of the journal in full without any italics or anything. Then volume, issue, page numbers. So this many things has to be included. Then if it is newspaper, same method, the name of the author, title of the work in single inverted comma, the name of the medium or newspaper is in italics, day and year, that should be in right. If it is internet, if you have collected some material from internet, then write the name of the author if author name is available. Otherwise, write the title of the page in single inverted comma, give the full link, and you have to follow this arrow. These two arrows should be created. After the arrow, this is symbol for greater than and lesser than. That symbol you have to create. Then you write the entire link. After that, you have to write accessed on. When you accessed it. So accessed on now on 2nd November 2021. So like that you were supposed to mention. And if it is a legal case, you have to give it italics. And there is no V dot, only versus V. The legislation should be in full and section can be written small letter. No need of any dot or anything after section. That is the importance. Then comes Iala style, something which is more popularly used in India. This is created by Indian Law Institute. It is actually for their own law journal, that is GILI, Annual Survey of Indian Law, or other publications of the institute. But it is being widely used all over India. Almost all the institutions have adopted it. How to cite a book in ILA? It is somewhat similar to Oscola. Write the author name full, write the book name in italics, page number, publisher, place, year. This many things has to be mentioned. If it is chapter in edited book, same way, the author name, article in inverted comma, then in then title in italics, page number, publisher name, year. And if it is an article, Then also the same method, year, journal name in italics, volume, issue, page numbers. Now coming to newspaper, same method should be followed. Only newspaper name should be in italics. Internet also same way. But one difference is, at the end of the title of the work, you have to mention available at. Then you have to provide the link. After the end of link, you have to write this much. Last visited on November 2 or November 2nd, 2021. Okay, so this is the way in which you have to write internet materials. Then coming to the final method of citation, that is SILC. SILC. That is popularly known as Standard Indian Legal Citation. It is actually created by a group of lawyers and academicians for the purpose of creating a uniform citation method in India. And most of the national law universities have adopted this, but not all over India. But there are some supporters. How books can be cited in this SILC format? It is like this: author name, book name in italics, page number, edition, year of the edition. If edition is not available, simple year. But nowhere any mentioning about the publisher and publication, publisher's place. Then edited book, same way, author name full, title of the chapter full, page number, sorry, only one page number. Here page number won't come. Then author name and year, editor name and year in bracket. So this is the way in which in an edited book it has to be done. Then coming to cases. Yeah, articles. Articles also, author name full, article name in italics, then volume name should be big, volume name, volume number, then the name of the journal, then page number, beginning of page number. No need to give the total page number, only the beginning. And if you are referring a particular page number, you have to have that page number. Then year of the article. Internet article also same way. First you mention the full name, then the title of the article in italics, then write available at, then give full link. After the link, you need to write last seen on 2/11/2021. So when you have visited. Then legislations. Under this, section should be begin with. If you are referring a section, you have to start with section. Then write the name of the legislation, wherein the first letter of every word should be capital. Then cases. It's general. You need to write entire case name, and this V dot should be used. When it comes to newspaper, author name, thereafter the name of the article should be in italics. The name of the media or newspaper should be in italics. Where it is having circulation, then the day. So this many things should be mentioned. So that is quoting and referencing. Now, one thing you have to remember, whenever we are writing a research report, it is our duty to cite the source of information. And when we are citing source of information, we have to follow a fixed format. As I said, any of the method you can follow. But when you are following that, make sure that you have carefully included all the things. And make sure that in every page, you are following a uniform method of citation. Because when you are submitting an article, when you are submitting a conference proceeding, they used to say, there is no prescribed format, but it should be uniform citation. What is this uniform citation? That means if you are using APA in your entire work, you have to follow APA. You cannot write article in APA format, book in MLA format. Whatever be your source, if you are selecting a particular source, particular style for each article, for books, everything, you have to mention APA. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So thank you for your patient listening. If you have any doubts, or if you want any clarification, or if you want to reflect upon my talk, I am happy to listen. You can. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir,
Yeah.
for your factual and informative presentation on how to go about the different styles and methods of citations, references, and bibliography, which is very crucial for novice researchers. So if any participants wants to enrich the session further with your questions, please go ahead by unmuting yourself or by typing your
Yeah.
question in the chat box.
Somebody has written a question in the chat box.
Yes,
What is work cited?
yes.
Now I will tell you, work cited and references are same. Work cited and references are same. As I mentioned, in MLA style, if you are following MLA style, instead of references, they will use work cited. Now, remember, when we are writing something, we will follow APA style. At the end, we may give a title work cited. That is wrong. If you are following MLA style in your entire work, then only at the end you will be able to write work cited. So that is the difference between work cited and references. Now, references and bibliography, that difference I have already mentioned. References are something which is you have taken the information from that. Bibliography is something which you have consulted, but you haven't used it for your chapter writing. That type of instruments are, or that type of sources are bibliography. And you can have references and bibliography at a time, no problem. Okay. Now, when it comes to footnote and endnotes, you can have only footnote or endnotes. You don't have both. And as a general practice, when you are using footnotes or endnotes, thereafter you will not use any reference. You may have bibliography there. Okay. Yes.